King Harald V of Norway undergoes surgery in Malaysia. Emerita Queen Sophia of Spain receives an award on the island of Majorca. Prince Albert II of Monaco attends a conference in Larvotto. And the Prince of Wales celebrates St. David's Day in Wrexham, Wales. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Saturday. If you're new to my channel, my name is Alexandra, and welcome to your Royal Daily News for March 2nd, 2024. On Friday, His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, arrived in Wrexham, Wales to celebrate St. David's Day. St. David is a patron saint of Wales. The day began with the Prince visiting the Turf pub, where he met with Wrexham AFC co-owner and actor, Mr. Rob McElhenney. Unfortunately, co-owner of Wrexham AFC, Mr. Ryan Reynolds, the star of the best movie franchise in the universe, Deadpool, the new movie Deadpool vs. Wolverine will be released on July 24th, by the way, was unable to meet with the Prince. Why? I have no idea. Anyway, according to Kensington Palace, during the visit to the pub, the Prince and Mr. McElhenney had a shot of whiskey, as well as spent time meeting with the pub's staff, members of the local community, and representatives of charitable organizations. Thereafter, the Prince visited the pitch at the stadium to hear about the club's redevelopment and historic rise over the past 3 years, since the takeover by Rob and Ryan. In the mid-morning, the Prince visited the All Saints School to see how the school was celebrating St. David's Day. During the visit, the Prince learned how the school is teaching the students about local Welsh history and cultural traditions. The day ended with the Prince visiting the memorial of the Gresford mining disaster. On September 22, 1934, 266 men died following an explosion in the Gresford colliery. More than 500 men were trapped underground following the explosion in the early hours of the morning, with the number of workers on site much larger than usual, as many has doubled their shifts so they could watch a Wrexham football match later that day. During the visit, the Prince spent time meeting with the relatives of the victims of the disaster and, quote, heard from committee members who have been key in setting up the memorial and preserving the history of the colliery. Finally, His Royal Highness met with members from the Wrexham Miners Rescue Station, which opened in 1913 to train rescuers on various techniques on how to save miners, end quote. On Thursday in Larvotto, His Serene Highness, Prince Albert II of Monaco, attended the opening of the 7th IOC World Conference on Prevention of Injury and Illness in Sport, held at the Grimaldi Forum. According to a press release, the 3-day conference is the premier international conference for those interested in clinical aspects of sports and exercise medicine. Quote, the diverse faculty represent the preeminent international authorities in injury and illness prevention. This triennial conference is a unique opportunity for the global sport and exercise medicine community to meet face-to-face in the ideal environment that Monaco provides, end quote. Meanwhile, the trailer for the upcoming documentary entitled Quintessentially Irish was released. The documentary, produced and directed by Mr. Frank Mannion, features His Serene Highness Prince Albert II of Monaco, Pierce Brosnan, Jeremy Irons, Usain Bolt, Michael Higgins, and many more. The documentary is a, quote, love letter to all things great and Irish that reveals some surprising facts about what it means to be Irish. Enter a glamorous world of castles, palaces, and presidents that reveals fascinating views on the Irish and their vast influence in the world, end quote. Quintessentially Irish will be released on March 15th. If you're interested in watching the trailer, I will leave a link above, right here on the top right. Do you see it right there? And in the description box below. I'm looking forward to seeing this. This looks fascinating. I love Ireland. It's so beautiful. And the people are fantastic. On Thursday, on the island of Majorca, Her Majesty, Emerita Queen Sophia of Spain, received the Medalla de Oro de la Comunidad Autónoma de las Illes Baleares 2024 during a ceremony in Palma. According to the Royal Court of Spain, the Medalla de Oro is the highest award presented each year by the autonomous community of the Balearic Islands, which honors the merits achieved, individually or collectively, by natural or legal persons who have distinguished themselves for their personal or professional career. Emerita Queen Sophia of Spain received the Medalla de Oro for her close ties and her commitment and collaboration with different entities in the social sphere of the Balearic Islands. This morning in Oslo, the Royal Court of Norway released an update on the health situation of His Majesty King Harald V of Norway. The king had a temporary pacemaker implanted today at the hospital Sultana Malia in Langkawi. The pacemaker was implanted due to a low heart rate. The decision was made earlier today, and the procedure was successful. The king is doing well under the circumstances, but still requires rest. The procedure will make the return back home safer, according to the king's personal physician, Mr. Bjorn Benz. The medical transportation to Norway is likely to take place within the next couple of days. On Thursday, Their Royal Highnesses, Crown Prince Haakon and Crown Princess Mette of Norway, concluded their 2-day visit to the Red Cross training course in rescue leadership and management in the remote mountain village of Finse. The purpose of the visit was to, quote, gain an insight into a course in search and rescue operations under demanding conditions in the winter mountains, end quote. According to the Royal Court of Norway, the Finse course is one of the most important courses for training of action leaders for search and rescue operations in Norway in winter. The training courses gathered 25 participants from the Red Cross, the Central Rescue Service, the police, the fire and rescue services, and the civil defense. Quote, the overall goal of the course is to make the participants better equipped to lead search and rescue operations under demanding winter conditions, and it exceeds over 1 week. The nature and climate at Finse in February and March ensure realistic and challenging conditions for course participants, end quote. During the visit, the Crown Prince couple attended, among other things, a thorough introduction to the annual courses organized by the Red Cross Aid Corps at Finse through briefings and conversations inside the Finse cabin and during observation outside in the training area. The Crown Prince couple also participated in various exercises together with course leaders, participants, and volunteers, including field exercises with a focus on life-saving searches in avalanches and searches for avalanche victims with an electronic transmitter and receiver. On Friday in Copenhagen, His Majesty King Frederik X of Denmark sent a letter of congratulations to the President-elect of Finland, Mr. Alexander Stuba, or in English, Stubb. Mr. Stuba was sworn in on Friday in Helsinki as Finland's new president. In his letter, the king wrote, quote, on the occasion of your inauguration on 1st March 2024 as Finland's president, I take this opportunity to send my best regards, congratulations, and my best wishes for yourself and the Finnish people. Our two countries have a strong common past and present. It is my hope that we will also have the opportunity in the future to strengthen and develop those close to us and warm ties between Denmark and Finland. Signed, Frederik R. End quote. And finally, on Thursday, Her Royal Highness, Princess Ursula of Bavaria, was awarded the Bavarian Constitutional Order by the President of the Bavarian State Parliament, Ms. Ilse Aigner, during a ceremony in Munich. According to a press release, quote, since 1961, the order has been presented to people who have made a special commitment to the realization of the principles and values of the Bavarian Constitution, thereby making an important contribution to strengthening society. Princess Ursula received the award for her social commitment over 5 decades, particularly in the area of child and youth work. End quote. Congratulations. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. I will be back on Monday, March 4th, with all the latest royal news. Until then, I sincerely wish each and every one of you a wonderful weekend. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss a thing. Okay, again, have a wonderful weekend, everyone, and I will see you all on Monday. Take care.